Hello again, this is K1 back for more Kerbal with my friend who shall go unnamed.
Oh, funny, ha ha. This is Raiderman, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let's see if we can fix the little snafu we had last time.
You mean the two attempts at the tug, including a last-minute inspired, which didn't really work all that well, and the little mini modules, which are actually doing a lot better than the tug, the purpose-built tug.
Yeah. I'm gonna need more Kerbal knots.
I don't know how the heck that works out. The mini module is working better than the purpose one. Okay.
I'm gonna need more people if I'm gonna man a station. I only had like one Kerbal knot left. Well, before I go to try and add more modules and moving things around, it's time to do a little cleanup because we've got a few extraneous parts on our station. So basically I'm going to exchange one crew for another. Where's the launch button? There we are. And how am I going to do that? With a lovely little vehicle called the Soyuz. Ta-da! But first, I'm going to make sure the station's in the right spot.
I was just going to say that.
It was a completely opposite end of the planet. And then the International Space Station probe. Yeah, that's the piece of the thing that crashed that's still sitting on the surface. Alright. Our good old R7 derivative that is now the Soyuz launch stack.
You mean that thing that's older than most people have years to their birthday?
Something like that. Which something I didn't realize until doing research for the Yuri Gagarin program is by the time the first Vostok went up, the R7 had a exactly 50% success rate. Talk about putting your life in the hands of fate there.
Or the gods.
What was it? 24 launches, 12 were complete failures.
Yeah, this is not good.
Thankfully, the Soyuz hasn't had. I wasn't going to say it hasn't had any failures. It has had some. It was the one where they had to use the launch abort tower while on the pad. And the other where the hold down arms of the second stage here, only 3 of the 6 clamps released while the third stage engine fired, so it kept the core module on dead weight.
I will point out that the instance with the Soyuz on the pad on fire, the launch escape system, the LES for short, performed exactly as it was designed to.
And to my knowledge is the only time a escape tower was ever actually used to escape.
One of those, you have it and pray to the gods you don't need it.
I'm going to start tilting a little earlier. I'm going to try my hand at a gravity assist maneuver.
So this is going to be different.
Yeah, it's basically where if you keep yourself pointed at your direction of flight, then the atmosphere will basically provide all the turning for you. But
I think I know what's doing me the bad video on my end. Well, not bad, but make my eyes a little watery. Stepfather's over in the next room with my sister, and they are doing his taxes. Lovely.
Oh. I thought you said your eyes were watering for something, and I was going to say... whoops. Time to separate that. I thought you were going to say someone was in the kitchen making cooking onions.
But yeah, working on a tax website would definitely do that to the video. I mean, I have no doubts it'll come out perfect when it's uploaded.
Okay, got a little too much altitude on the way up.
But it kind of aggravates me a little because I can't exactly see with any reliability the tiny font on the orbital view, which means I'm relying on K1 here to tell me what is happening for the most part.
Well, suffice to say, can't really see much anyway, because I'm launching in the darkness of night.
Which is something that he really does not like to do.
But it is about this time to shed first the launch escape tower, and then the shroud. So we can kind of see our Soyuz, the 3 parts there.
Should it be glowing like that?
The launch stack, yeah, that's just telling me that it's getting a little hot, but it'll work just fine.
Okay. Note to self, Canada WD-40 for the chair.
And we're coming mighty close to a rendezvous here. Station just passed us.
That'll make the closest approach you've ever managed. You're going to end up waiting at least another orbit to meet the station, though.
Either that or on the other side of the Earth to where I'm actually in the sunlight. Let's see if I can get this intersect down. Up, 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 drop, 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 drop.
Come on.
I'm going to shoot for a first apogee rendezvous here.
Get on the needle, dang you.
Up, there goes my... give it a quick little boost.
Any chance on closing that range?
Well, not much. I'm going to get within 20 and then kill the relative, which is coming up in just a second.
Within spitting distance, but not quite close enough.
I'm basically pointed straight down. I'm almost at orbital. This is going to leave some space junk in orbit, unfortunately. Or we'll see if it does anyway. 19.2 is our closest pass. And that is what I'm going to do. Oh, we're down to 18.9, 300 meters per second relative. We are now in orbit, which means this third stage booster is going to end up being a derelict piece of junk when I let it go. Lower that thrust. What's so funny?
Stay on target.
It's no good. I can't maneuver.
Stay on target.
We're too close.
Stay on target.
Loosen up.
Last night's recording was, shall we say, interesting.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
We learned what not to do, in short.
And I think I am upside down here. Quick test. Yep, I'm upside down. So let's flip ourselves around as the sun is about to rise.
Which means we can go ahead and pop them panels.
Give ourselves a little boost.
Ooh, wow. That is almost a perfect orbital track there.
Almost.
And I do apologize for the squeaky chair. I need a Canada WD-40 for it. At least I'm not clackety-clacketing on my keyboard for the moment.
Okay. The thrust to the right seemed to kill some distance, so I think if I go perpendicular, I can use the main engines to close some of that. Yep, there we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that's a nice.
Well done, sir. Well done. How much fuel does that booster have, and are we popping the panels?
Booster's got a lot, but I don't actually want it to impact the station, so I'm going to perform a little reverse thrust here. Reduce that separation to 500 meters, just so this thing doesn't impact. And we can say goodbye. Traditionally, you want that booster to stay in a lower orbit to where there's no chance of impacting the station. Well, I didn't think of that, so we might have a little Kessler problem sometime down the road.
I don't suppose we can send the tug that has the grabber, which is worthless to us, to go nudge it, or did we kill that last night?
We killed it, but I can build another eventually. So we've got ourselves, as I turn to face the sun here, the Soyuz! Woohoo!
And unfortunately, the Soyuz's solar panels are not self-aligning to the sun, so he kind of does have to reorient the entire spacecraft.
I think I'm good for power for the foreseeable future, though. And I believe this thing has... or not. Oh, yes, it has some lights. So I'll be able to illuminate the station at least a little bit.
Which means that if it comes down to it, you could actually dock in the dark with the Soyuz, which this is something I've observed over the past several videos. Is he needs to get something that has lights on it up at some point.
Well, here we can see our rendezvous is actually going to be in the morning hours, so I have the whole half orbit to make that work.
And it's not even really to aid him in docking that I suggested this. It's to help him spot the ruddy thing if he happens to be maneuvering in the dark side.
Well, that's what our target radar is for. Okay, we're approaching at 50 meters per second, not 200 like last time.
We're close, we're close, we're close. And we're on! And that led to problems in of itself.
As we turn off the radar, we can kind of see the wings. I'm going to do a little zoom out. Ah, there it is.
Alright, let's put the radar back on.
Off to the left of the screen here. Incoming to my ship. So I'm going to turn myself away. So then I can kill the relative when I get closer. I want to actually see what I'm doing and not be looking at the sun.
Actually kill the camera on the station looking at the sun.
Kill the camera on the moon looking at the sun, lest we recall.
You would think they would learn their lesson. Although, in some cases, it's not avoidable, so I'll give them that much. Wow, you're coming up on her.
Yep. Down to 40, 35.
Get it down to 15 and I'll be happy.
25. 20. Ease it off just a little bit to close this final distance. Actually, that's good. I want to come up underneath.
And dock, yeah, there's only one spot you can dock on the ready thing anyways.
Well, actually, there's a couple, but only one that I've built for that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And then downward thrust, so I come toward it in that direction. So, objectives for this mission. First, to switch some crews out, and then take the ATV back down to burn up and die, And then finally ditch that that mega truck that's about half the size of the fracking station. And then see if the Apollo at the nose will actually work.
I'm still getting a kick out of that. The delivery truck is the length of the station.
Am I upside down again?
No.
I am. That's okay. Tilt this way.
Yeah, I saw you starting to go the other way before you corrected yourself.
Alright. Whoops. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. I'm just looking at it backwards. Oh, hush.
He forgot he turned that way on purpose.
Sound like that dog from the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Unfortunately, these videos have provided more than an ample source of amusement fodder as we both watch various things go wrong in ways we couldn't have predicted, including a couple truly Mythbusters-esque moments there last night. That's I about died at one point.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, but some of this stuff is that funny.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and...
Why not tilt up and boost towards it?
Well, I don't want to boost toward it. At least not yet. Make sure I'm upright.
You are.
Relative.
And within a couple of degrees, you're perfect.
And then come at it from this direction.
Scooch over to the left just a hair.
Whoops. Wrong button.
That's what led to last night's entertainment. He hit the button at the wrong button at the wrong point, and well, let's just say free entertainment.
Okay, I'm almost lined up with my docking port, but these thrusters got to push a little harder.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if this thing is even firing, because my video has gone like hellaciously fuzzy, and that's definitely on my end.
It is. My approach is down to 1.6 meters per second. I'm tilting too far to the right, so let's kill that. Alrighty. So let's line ourselves up with our docking port. And let's make this connection. This may be the least glitchy rendezvous I've made yet.
Couldn't go there, don't jinx it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Murphy came out and sat on that main solar wing strut and was waving his flags around last night.
I almost want to, on the next big truck, put the docking node on like topside, just so it gets the vertical appearance, like as if it were a shuttle docked, because the shuttle didn't dock nose to port. Its port was inside the payload bay.
You know, I just had a thought.
Don't hurt yourself.
No, the next node, if you're gonna orient it like the one on the bottom is, we could use the supply truck to actually put it in place, even assuming you could actually get it oriented like that in the bay, which I don't think you can. But wait, no. Yeah, my idea would work. Have it in like it was last time. Orient the truck so that it's vertical. Come in and link it in. Wouldn't even need the righty tug.
Well, looks like we're aligned and about ready to get ourselves connected. Actually, my indicator is off. There we go.
Yeah. And of course, it's
just going to tilt my nose down just a bit, and that should make the difference. And then come in for a nice.
They're the jets.
Nice soft connection. Let momentum do my work for me.
This is actually a little faster than they would do it real world, even.
Although it's going to zoom in there as soon as I get within range here. In about 3, 2, 1, and whoop! Kerklunk! We've got a station with a Soyuz.
Alright, now how much fuel does that ATK have, or does it like have nothing in the tanks?
It's got nothing. But first priority is to... Oh, wait. Where is... Ah, here we are. Not sure what I clicked there. I might click something by mistake, but... Transfer crew. That's like too close to the bottom of the screen. You are going to go into the Zvezda. Transfer Sally. She's going to go also into the Zvezda. And transfer Valentina. You can spend the night in Unity. Let's do the same over here. You guys have been in that Apollo for too long. Bill. You get a Destiny. Bob. You got a Destiny. Wait. Oh. Get in there. I did. There we go. It's just being slow. And I'm going to send Jeb.
Send him down on his own in the Apollo?
No. He's got some work to do.
What's the guy go do? Render the Soyuz safe?
No, he's got to render the Node 3 safe. I haven't actually connected it to the station yet. Or I mean with the docking struts.
And those mini tugs could probably do the job of a full-size tug on their own.
Theoretically, but I want to improve them so they don't have the standard control module, because that thing eats up power like a
son of a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ascent stage that we were going to try and repurpose had a standard control module, and it was sucking power faster than the solar panels could supply it. If we could get something like that ascent stage with a more energy-friendly control module, you know?
Well, that is going to be the idea. Link this strut to this connection here. Boom. Link this strut to this connection here. Boom. Construction in space.
Easier than the real world.
I know, right?
Unless, of course, you get a collision warning when there shouldn't be any.
Or a
Yes.
Obstructed, you mean?
Yeah, I'm referring to the other incident. Yeah, I'm glaring at you, module, just barely on screen. We still don't know what the heck was doing that either.
So I think this is going to be the permanent position for node 3 on this station. Whoops. Come on, lock onto it. And I can add stuff later. I think I'll keep cupola right where it is. Let's get some lights. We're going to shine some light, right? Come on. Okay, maybe his suit doesn't have any lights. Maybe I'm confusing Kerbal for space engineers with that.
Yeah, one of our own, Arashi, just recently got into space engineers, and he's been having some teething issues with his starfighter.
The thing about space engineers is it's much like Minecraft in gameplay, in that it will suck your life away if you are in creative moods. I recall once logging on at 6 in the morning and then not logging back off until 3 in the morning the next morning.
Was that recently?
Oh shoot, that's got to be like a year or less ago.
Huh.
I'm going to need some kind of EVA module because I can't really get back into the station until I go back to my Apollo.
Okay, I don't suppose we can put that up on the next flight?
Possibly.
And maybe
Oops.
the more efficient maneuvering tug at the same time, which would see the the Saturn Nova super truck here used again, which I really like seeing this thing. I really do.
Okay, grab it and board. There we go.
So I'm kind of hopeful that we can actually do that.
So we've got our Soyuz connected. Jeb did his dirty work.
We have the node there hooked up as well.
Now Jeb is basically going to be my pilot at all times. Sally and Sarah were just our, shall we say,
Warm bodies.
our intercosmos Kerbal knots. So they really only are there for a cup of coffee.
So what's next? Transfer fuel, ditch the ATK?
Transfer Sally into the command module. Transfer Sarah into the command module. First objective. Well, actually, yeah, let's transfer fuel out of this thing while I've still got it here. ATK's got about 72 monoprop. Not enough.
Yeah, you need at least maybe 100 to 200.
And I'll take it from this one. $300 will be good. Ah, wow, landed exactly on 300.
Yeah, nice.
Alrighty, so
Let's cut her loose.
undock. Oh wow, it actually got the camera on the proper vehicle this time.
Yeah, that's a first.
In the meantime, I'm also going to switch back over to the station and deploy these arrays. Oops.
Wait, that's got arrays on it that had been retracted?
Yep. And there it goes.
What is that, a communications system?
Communication system, space telescope, all the above. I mean, as I've said, the Zvezda module is basically of the same family as the Salyut stations. It is essentially, was it either DOS 8 or 9?
And where's our...
Essentially Salyut 9, so I think it's DOS 8.
And where's our other piece of space debris?
Not sure. It's probably long since passed. And long since off my tracking.
Okay, so that ascent stage has probably gone down at some point already.
Well, it's still in orbit. and it's going to stay in orbit. But it's on a different elliptical path, so it's either going to be way outside of the station's track. So we say goodbye to ATK. Turn ourselves into the path of flight. Perform a deorbit burn. And watch the station fly away. It almost looks like I just pushed the station away.
Alright, let's see that orbital track. Wow, you're going to have to do a fair amount of boosting to get it to come down, unless, of course, it's already coming down and it's going to skim the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's already coming down. We're plenty good. But since I've got the fuel, might as well use it. Burn, baby, burn. NASA Inferno, burn, baby, burn. Sorry,
hey, how much fuel do we have?
More than enough. I've only used about half. Oh, 2/3 now. Squeaky chair.
So we deorbited the tug, and the only piece of it that survived was the docking port, and it's still there as a trackable, I do believe.
Yep, I'm going to pick that up.
That was funny.
Speed up time as we come into our steep descent. It's going to rip the panels off in short order.
I suppose this can be retracted or no.
Well, I could care less, quite frankly. I want to watch it burn. I want it to actually explode. Oh, there go the panels.
Panel.
I mean, it's nice that they put the reentry physics on it, and you got to keep track of your ablator as you come in, but it's still as if the reentry heating isn't providing as much heating as it should. Yeah, there's no way this thing should survive reentry like that.
Background getting awful close.
Houston, those buildings are getting awfully big. Can you clear a freeway? Come on, you know that one.
Yeah, the core.
Got an argument with someone about how scientifically accurate the shuttle crash landing on the core was. Of all the things the core got wrong, I think that's one thing they got right.
Hope you brought your super gulp.
Water tastes good. Glub, glub, glub.
Open wide. Splash.
That made a nice kaboom. At least a sound anyway.
But unwanted earth-shattering kaboom.
That was pretty good.
My first Marvin the Martian impression, and probably my last, because that did not do kind things to my throat.
Okay, so let's look up debris. And it looks like the discarded stage is in a higher orbit, so it's falling behind the station.
Any chance you can deorbit it?
I don't think so. It doesn't have a control of its own. Yep, I have no control.
Bugger. All right. What's next?
Next is to bring that Apollo down. And then we'll test to see if it operated. Actually, that's a proper word. Operated. See if it will operate correctly. Otherwise, I will have killed Jebediah.
Why is your radiator folding up?
Oh, because it needs to turn away from the sun. I'm going to go ahead and retract that because we don't really need it. Retract.
Don't you have the big ones that can't change position on the center truss that you could put out that aren't actually not going to hinder your movements any?
Well, they can. And I don't really like how they look deployed. So I'll just hold off onto that for now. Unlink that connection. Where are you? Here you are. Unlink that connection.
Check the bottom.
There's nothing on the bottom. Everything was obstructed, remember?
Ah.
Member? You member. Undock. And target my vehicle, not the station.
Now, let's hope we got enough fuel to deorbit that sucker.
Oh, we've got more than enough. We can close these bays.
Isn't that going to make your solar arrays come in?
Nope. You just can't deploy them when they're closed for some reason.
Just stupid, but...
Yeah. What can you do?
True.
But this thing's got some good, relatively good control for how big it is.
Although, getting it into orbit, that thing wanted to shimmy, it wanted to roll, it wanted to pretty much behave like an unbroken horse.
Isn't that kind of what the shuttle does?
The shuttle has way more grace going up than this thing did. This thing was giving him lip every step of the way going up. I will grant you, it did the job and did the job well.
Okay, it is a bit top heavy on its thrust. Or nose heavy, rather. But that's okay. Oh, well, passing in the darkness of night. I did everything in one orbit. Check that out.
That's a first.
This thing's so big I can't even like see the command module until I zoom out.
I believe I made the remark that somebody was overcompensating for something with regards to this design initially, but when I saw all the stuff that was jam-packed into it, yeah.
Overcompensating for lack of a proper cargo truck.
I want to see more stuff go up. Using this cargo truck. Almost looks like a missile.
Wow, that didn't take much to deorbit this thing at all, did it?
No. When do we pop the capsule?
As soon as I tilt myself around, I'm going to come in for a shallow skip. I've had a couple times in some video tests where I came in too steep and I killed Jeb.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't kill Jeb. Jeb is your
bosom buddy.
Hopefully I'll hit some water. We will find out.
Oh. Balderdash.
I do have a heat shield in this thing. Okay, good. Bye-bye, truck.
Well, there is one good thing about a capsule design is it naturally wants to orient bottom first when it finally starts biting into the air.
Giving myself a little thrust to get away from the truck.
Big Bertha there, you mean?
Yep. It's going to be a while before I start encountering air anyway. So forward.
Whee!
And we are now in the darkness of night. Again. Let's see, am I going to hit... I can't see until I get the sun on it. I've only got one peninsula worth of land. How much you want to bet it's going to hit the land and not the water?
That's a sucker's bet. Yeah, I saw Murphy at the end of that docking port waving at us as we left, by the way. If this thing would let you name the launch stack at some point, I think we should name it USS Murphy.
Well, you don't actually name a launch stack.
We got to be able to assign a name to the vehicle somehow.
Generally, the vehicle just has the operational number, and it's the command module that has the...
Ooh, we're biting air.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see once it starts biting the air, it wants to orient where the weight is greatest downward.
Now, we don't actually get to see a proper... see or use a proper Apollo reentry in Kerbal, because what would actually happen, or at least while it's returning from the moon, is it would duck into the atmosphere and then actually roll itself until its center of mass tilts the vehicle so it can actually skip back out of the atmosphere, relieve some of the heat load from its initial air braking, and then tilt back down and then dip back in for the final plunge. So it does this kind of down, up, down maneuver.
Bob and weave.
Oh, what blew up? I think my truck just went. Some of it.
Well, we'll find out once this thing's on the ground.
Oh, my blader's catching heat.
Catching a lot of it.
Oh, boom. Something was blowing up. Oh, there goes the rest of it. The truck does not survive.
So you're headed right for land.
Yeah, what? All of that water. I'm still going to have about 50% integrity on my ablator, so.
Oh, wait, I see water.
No.
Are we going to make it? No, I don't think we are.
Nope.
Yeah, it's Murphy there at the border waving at us, I see. Smug little bastard.
Okay.
Oh.
Pop the top off.
Please tell me they at least designed this thing so that it could conceivably survive a ground landing if the eventuality should have happened to have arisen.
Yes. I mean, they wanted it to always land on water. They always targeted water, but it could survive a land landing if it had to. That was one of the issues that Wally Schirra had on Apollo 7, in that his spacecraft still had the Block 1 couches, and they weren't designed to withstand the force. I think I'm good to deploy. They were designed for the Block 1 connections and not the Block 2. They were good enough to withstand the force of a standard landing, but if they hit land and started rolling around, they might pop their hinges.
Well, here's hoping the Orion is designed to be able to tolerate a ground landing.
Come on, deploy parachutes. Come on. What are you doing? There we are. Whew.
Yes!
That always scares me. It's like, boy, that ground's coming up awful fast.
Hey, you're still shedding a lot of altitude, but it's slowing.
Yeah, it's good. Just don't bite your tongue. Poof. Yay!
And they survive. All right, so can we put something else up tonight?
Well, I've got to see what we have to put up. Let's take a look at what we have to work with here.
I think you had a feeling I was going to ask, didn't you?
Let's wait until this thing gets some... Oh, let's see what the Soyuz lights actually do for the station, if anything. Turn the lights on. And we can just see what's in front of it. But that's okay. Okay, why am I tilted here?
More importantly, why is your altitude indicator going down like that?
Oh, because of my my orbit. It's a 133 apogee by 130 perigee.
Okay. Nothing to worry about then.
Oh. Do a little tilting to right this.
And I notice your Soyuz thrusters are firing.
Yep. There we go. And we are tilted a bit too. Oh,
Not really a concern in the grand scheme of things, but let's fix it anyways.
It's a concern for me. Because I like everything to be straight and neat. Okay, lock SAS on. Forward back is good. Well, ish. Let's tilt ourselves forward again. Lock that. Tilt that way is good. This way doesn't matter since it orbits anyway.
Alright, let's see what else we can put up.
Okay. Well, let's pass ourselves into daytime. So currently what we have the Unity module, Destiny, Node 2 and 3 with a cupola on the US side. On the Russian side, we've got the Zarya and the Zvezda with the Soyuz docking module. So, ideally what I want to do is turn the Russian side essentially into Mir. I'll put 3 of the 4 Mir modules on these 3 ports here with Spectre up top and Cavant 1 on the back side here, which still has another docking port that Progresses can attach to. From this forward part, build that tall segment that goes to the you know that wide array that had like the 8
feathers
panels? Yeah. Stick that out here. And then we'll figure out what we want to add to the American side. I've got more than enough spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably won't connect to these, but we'll see. So then we'll see how big we can build this thing. So those will be our objectives for the future. This is K1 with the Kerbal National Space Station. And see y'all next time.